Peasant Productions presents the math of ESP, why it works even if you don't believe in it. I kind of want to address an issue here, just so people kind of understand something. This Bible is extremely dirty and filthy, okay? Not because so much what's written in it, but rather how it's used, okay? Like I said, in the 1960s, 1970s, when I was a kid going to school, I met an awful lot of kids who basically escaped Christian and Catholic schools, and they would talk about the abuse. Hints of sexual abuse, and very definitely physical and emotional abuse, okay? Let's take a look at something for a moment, folks, so you understand how extremely diseased that religion is. When the Pope and his second in command got busted for having a orgy, a homosexual orgy at that, you have a church that speaks out about how homosexuals, gays, lesbians are ungodly, totally horrible, ungodly beings. You should beat them up. You should tar and feather them. You should kill them. You should run them out of town. You should never let them in your church. They are a disgrace to the church. And you should beat up on them. And you should not do business with them. And you should, you should basically act like an absolute ass to them. Okay. And then what happens when the guy's caught in the church? Okay. Oh, forgive us. He's only a human being. We'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. And look the other way. Just give us your prayers. That's hypocrisy, folks. Absolute hypocrisy. Why do they do that? Because they don't want you to think about the fact that they are the disgustment that they are talking against. There is nothing wrong with a gay person. There's nothing wrong with a bisexual person. There's nothing wrong with an asexual person. They are all made by the gods. They are all given life by the gods. They are all given direction and help, or they forget to look for the help that is given by the gods. But there is absolutely nothing wrong with an asexual, bisexual, transsexual, gay, homo, lesbian person in comparison to a heterosexual person, especially somebody who wears the robes of an office that controls billions of people, who does the exact same stuff, who talks dirty about those those kind of people, and then asks for forgiveness and please look the other way. Oops, we got caught doing it, look the other way. Okay? Kindly remember that the Vatican is on the 7 hills of Rome. The Vatican was created by the Roman Empire. The Roman Catholic Church is the Roman Empire that built itself to create itself, to keep itself living and controlling and conquering your planet. It is a violent sect. It has many little hidden splinter groups that go out like the Jesuits, who actively involve themselves in terrorist action and have done so since, all the way back down to 300 AD when they were creating the church. Okay, and they were trying to figure out how to make a book that sounded good enough but didn't really say anything, that they could lead the blind, the misfits, the people that didn't want to look at reality, they just wanted to be saved. The Roman religion, okay, that existed before that was built on the Greeks. The Greeks were built on the Sumerian The Sumerians are built on the African and the Indians. Okay, the progression goes down quite a long ways, and this is where you get the conspiracy theory that there is a genetic link going back down through the ages of extraterrestrials, if you want to read that conspiracy, or just simply the royal family, the royal blood, these people that continuously inbreed, thereby producing the very worst genetic material they possibly can by coupling the defective genetics again and again and again. Okay, well, the Pope's defective, folks. He may not be a direct genetic link, although I wouldn't be surprised if he was. But they preach forgiveness until you're a dead martyr for exactly that reason. They know that they cannot live up to what they claim you should be. And as far back down through the Roman Catholic Church and the Christian churches you want to go, you will find that they are violently abusive. They smack little kids on the hands when they don't do exactly what they're told. Instead of teaching children to think for themselves, they teach you to be a robot. They teach you to be a servant, a slave to a system. They do not teach you how to reach spiritual abilities. They teach you how to be servants to a materialistic, pleasure-ridden society. Your churches do nothing. They do not produce any kind of product for you. Like I said, the only thing a church, whether it's the Christians or the Catholics or the Muslims or the Jews or the Hindus or even the spiritual Native Americans and South Americans and Aborigines and all of that, the only thing they offer you is the idea that when you die you're going to go to someplace better, or you're going to get recycled and go someplace else. Okay, therefore there's no physical product. So for the churches of all of these different religions to collect money, currency, which you have to spend time and human energy working for to get, yeah, they are asking you to pay them for doing nothing but give you hot air. That's why the very good spiritual people don't do a lot to make money. The glitzy of human reality is that you think the person who is wealthy is the greatest thing in the world. You're into that pleasure routine. Okay, so yeah, Revelations, when the churches become so dirty that they destroy the planet, has been achieved. And yes, your churches, especially the Roman Catholic Church, which is the Roman orgy church, the Spanish Inquisition was more noted for its rape of people than for actually cleaning anybody up and solving their problems of not being godly enough. Yeah. So there's a little on that, you know. Actually, I can continue to talk about that. Okay, we got a couple minutes here yet. So yeah, think about what you support, and then compare the fact that America, which runs around and talks about how it's the country defending democracy, is the most fascism. Which fascism, folks, is a government that is in support, run by, and manipulated by corporation. Fascism is a business orientation government, which is also what those of you that want to jump around and scream about Confucianism might want to stop and think about. Confucius flat out stated, the peasants are born to serve the wealthy. Okay, you go back and read Confucianism, you'll see that is actually in there, maybe not word for word like that, but yes, you are born on a lower tier so that you serve a higher tier. Hindus, you are born in the caste system so that you serve the higher ups. So United States is every bit as disgustingly caste system right now, with a Trump who is a 1%, actually a 0.001% elite rich. He was born with $1 billion inheritance. He has never in his life worked hard. He doesn't have a clue what honest behavior is. And the simple fact that he is a bully and mouths off considerably shows that, yes, the United States is the leader in disrespect right now. The leader in horrible behavior after that Bible church. The four churches: Jews, Christians, Catholics, Muslims. The Jews, okay, here they are. Oh, you have to be nice to us. 6 million of us were murdered by Hitler. What are they doing? They're murdering and killing every Palestine around. They're taking over land just to take it over. They are not living in peace with their neighbors. They are blowing the snot and using bulldozers to wipe out whole towns and keeping these people from having electricity because they threw a rock. Quite disgusting.